Hello and good afternoon. Welcome to another live English lesson here on the AM Language YouTube channel. We are just short of 700 subscribers, so make sure you share the channel so more people subscribe. Hope everyone is doing well, and good afternoon to everybody. It's a Monday. So what can you guys expect this week on the AM Language YouTube lessons? So, good afternoon, Irina. Welcome to today's lesson, and Privyet, of course, as well. So, as always, guys, make sure you follow the lesson in the live chat section because that is where the action happens. So what to expect? Well, today is Monday. So you can expect, well, we're going to have adverbs. So say more with less words. Now, last week we had started a lesson. Did a lesson. Yeah, sorry, I'll start again. So last week we did a lesson on adverbs. Today, I want to try and take that to the next level. Tomorrow, Wednesday, is defining relative clauses. Wednesday, what's in the news, reporting verbs. Thursday, language challenge. And Fridays, music English with prepositions. Roberto, good afternoon. Welcome to today's lesson. Thank you for joining. So that is what you guys can expect on this week's live YouTube lessons. Now, another thing I would like to mention is that there is a new video, a new short video that has been uploaded. It's Present Perfect Part 3. In this video, you will get to see a short explanation on how to use the negative form in the present perfect and how to use the word just and why we would use the word just in a present perfect. It's a short video that explains the point very well. Every week, every Monday, we always upload a new video, and this week is present perfect. And that for now finishes off the first side of, well, we've done 3 present perfect videos in a row, so that's a good start. I think there are many other ways that we can look at present perfect, but I do want to get on also to other points as well. There's quite a lot to cover, so every week, every Monday, you can expect another video that's going to explain one of these points. And hopefully we can also get on to the point where we can start talking about topics as well, because topics, at the end of the day, you want to talk about a topic because that is why you are that's why you want to communicate in a language. You want to discuss subjects. Leontina says, hi, Richard, and good afternoon. Good afternoon, Leontina. Welcome to today's lesson. So, like I said, guys, today, this is a continuation from a lesson we had looked at last week, which was to do with adverbs. But today I want to get on to showing you guys how you can say more with less, why, and how you can play around with adverbs. So that's going to be the focus of today. Make sure you like the video. And as always, if you're new, subscribe or share the channel and videos with other people that you know who are looking to learn English. So let's begin. First of all, what we want to do is we need to think about the relationship between an adverb and an adjective, or an adverb and a verb. So I'm going to give you 2 examples. So let's go with the first example. Hello, Evelina. Good afternoon. Welcome to today's lesson. Okay, so I'm going to give you 4 examples. And here we're just going to talk about the relationship between the adverb and, in this case, the adjective. Okay, what are we doing here? Well, if we look at the first one here, he is tremendously idiotic. Okay, now we know idiotic is stupid. And tremendously is a positive. A tremendous is wow, it's impressive almost. So the first thing that you guys can probably notice is this. You can have a negative with a positive, okay? So you can have a negative adverb with, sorry, actually, yes, sorry, I did it the other way around. You can have a positive adverb with a negative adjective. Okay. Now, when you do something like this is a possibility for humor. If you go with the next one, frightfully technical. Well, what does this mean, frightfully technical? Well, this means really good, but really good to the point where it's sort of, whoa, that's really impressive and a little bit scary in the sense of how good you are at something. But it's a positive, isn't it? But it actually has a positive meaning. So it's all to do again with the adjective. The adjective is actually going to the adjective will decide if this is a positive or negative sentence at the end of the day. But again, you can go with an adverb plus a positive um, adverb with a positive adjective. So that's another combination. It's really opposites. Then you could go with 2 positives or 2 negatives. Okay, so remarkably funny. Here we're going with a positive adverb with a positive adjective. And we can also see the third style, which is negative, negative. So negative adverb with a negative adjective. Okay. So before we go into the meaning, what I'd like you guys first to do is have a look at the next sentences. And I'd like you to just tell me if well, which combination is this? Is it a positive adverb with a negative adjective? Is it a negative adverb with a positive adjective? So before we look at meaning, let's just look at the word connection. So, A. Let's go with B. C. Um, uh, and D. Okay, I'll try this one. What is going wrong here for me? There we go. That's the correct. That's what I want. Okay, guys. So let me know, what's the combination A, B, C, and D? If you don't know the word, sometimes if it's a new word, sometimes it's helpful just to think about what the word could be in the think about what the word could be when it's just an adjective, or take a guess by the rest of the context. So, by looking at the other options. So, A, you've got the film was shockingly bad. B, the film was pleasantly enjoyable. C, the film was frightfully good. And D, the film was extraordinarily gripping. Roberto says A is a negative adverb and a negative adjective. B is a positive adverb and a positive adjective. C is a negative adverb with a positive adjective, and D is a positive adverb with a positive adjective. Leondina has gone for negative, negative, positive, positive, negative, positive, positive, negative. Okay, right. We'll see if you guys are correct. And we'll go from there. Actually, I'm not sure. Yes, that's correct. So we'll see if you guys are correct. Let's go through the answers. So A, when we look at A over here, if I just bring this up over here, so answers. You got the film was shockingly bad. Okay, so here we've got negative plus a negative. Okay, so that's the first thing that we can see there. When we look at B, the film was pleasantly enjoyable. Well done over here. The answer for this one, B, is, there we go, is positive, positive, positive plus positive. Well done. C, we've got the film was frightfully good. Yes, this is actually a combination of a negative, negative plus a positive. And finally, D, the film was extraordinarily gripping. I'll just go over this last one over here for you because of the pronunciation. And there might be some new words here. This is positive, positive. Now, what are we looking at over here when we say extraordinarily? Okay, extraordinarily. Well, extraordinarily is another way of saying really. And gripping means entertaining. We're watching the film and we can't take our eyes off it. So that's the meaning of that. So, actually, let's have a little look at the meanings. Okay. So, off the back of these examples, try and link them to their following meanings. Okay, so one, we're going to do one for you, and then you can do the other three. So, number one, okay, number two, Okay, number 3. Okay, there we go. And finally, number 4, we've got in this case, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4. Now I'm going to do the first one for you, and you guys can do the next. But we've got, if we take a look at the first one here, the film was really good, and it was so entertaining. That's meant to be I couldn't stop watching it. Apologies, that's really annoying. I couldn't stop watching it. It means that 1 goes with D, okay? And that would be the answer. Let's see what your answers are. Leondina says 2 goes with C, 3 goes with A and B. 1 goes with D, 2 goes with C, 3 goes with A and B. Okay, I see. Roberto says 1 goes with D. Okay. 2 goes with B. Slightly different answers. 3 goes with A and 4 goes with C. Okay, so we have slightly different answers over here, I think. Let me know if I've misread your answers. And what I would like to point out here is that when you look at the actual original sentence, the film was frightfully good. You've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 words. When you look at the meaning, you could then see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21 words. So this is why it's really important. If you know how to use adverbs, you can say more with less words. Leondina says B actually goes with 4. Thank you very much for finishing that one off. Okay, so let's look at the answers. So we know 1 goes with D. 2, yes, that goes with 3. Sorry, 2 goes with C, sorry. 3, for 3, you've got the film was so bad that it was a really big disappointment. That's going to go with A. And finally, 4, the film was really enjoyable and it was great being able to watch it. That goes with 2. Wait a minute, what am I doing? 2. What did I do? Did I go with the wrong thing over here? Yes, sorry. So 2 goes with B. That's it. There we go. I got confused for a second. So those are the answers. So well done there, guys. So that is the point. That is how we can do it. So the next thing we need to do is we need to try and choose the right type of adverbs to go with our adjectives. But we can also do this, by the way, with verbs. It doesn't always need to be done with adjectives. So what I would like you guys to do here is I'm going to give you a list of adverbs, and I would like you to complete the sentences. And then we'll have a little look. But on the side of the sentence, I'm going to give you just a little indication, an idea of what you're trying to say. So, for example, let's say I went with this one. Okay. Oh, sorry. So C goes with 4, doesn't it? Yes, that is correct. Thank you very much for telling me. Yes, C. The film was frightfully good. Goes with. Wait a minute. Have I confused myself? Because it can't go with four. C. The film was frightfully good. Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Yes. C goes with four. That's correct. Sorry. Forget about that. I really did end up confusing myself. Sorry. Yes, C goes with four. C goes with four. That's correct. Thank you, Roberto, for pointing that out to me. I confused myself for a moment. So let's say we go with this adverb over here. And we're going to go with. Yes. So let's say we go with a word like you've got the option of honestly, and you've got the word hastily. Now, hastily is a good word. Hastily means to do something too quickly. Okay, so that's a good one to know. Okay, you've got honest or honestly, and then you've got this one haste. Hastily, he hastily did his work. Hastily is a really good adverb because it tells you that something was done too quickly. And then you've got a sentence like this. Uh, she did her work blank. Actually, you could even do this. Let's say, okay, so you got this for an example. So you've got a sentence like this. She blank finished her work. Okay, what we're going to do here is we need the adverb. And you've got a choice between honestly and hastily. In the brackets, you can see did her work too quickly. This tells us that the adverb that we need to go for is going to talk about something being done too quickly. So in this case, the answer is going to be she hastily finished her work. And that would then be the answer. So that's what we are looking for. We're going for that type of uh, style of English. So let's see how you guys get on. I'm first going to write the adverbs, and then I'll write the sentences. Sometimes you'll be linking an adverb to an adjective, and other times you will link the adverb to a verb. Okay, so let's go for it. We're going to start off with A. Actually, first let me put the choice of words up because that will be better. Okay, so oops. And go for two more. And last one. Okay. So these are the adverbs you're going to choose between. You've got nervously. So think of nervous, nervously. Hunger, obviously we know what hunger is, hungrily. Accident, we know what that is, probably something that was a mistake, accidentally. And shy, shyly. Shyly is a good one. Just a reminder, shy is not confident in some way. You're trying to hide away a little bit. Now, try and link them to the following sentences. A. B. C. And finally, D. Okay, guys, let's see what you guys go for this. Okay, so the options are nervously, hungrily, accidentally, and shyly. You've got 4 sentences: A, B, C, and D. She something asked for her pen back. Here in brackets, you just got one word: quietly, and that's all you're getting. B, the film was something insulting on many levels. This would therefore, we have to think of one that begins with a mistake, a word that means with that implies that this was a mistake. C, they something prepared their food. They wanted to eat. That's your clue. And D, the production team had something told the director. Sorry, he was an idiot. He was an idiot. Come on. He was an idiot. That's what D is meant to be. But Leondina has said A is shyly, B is accidentally, C is hungrily, and D is nervously. Roberto, she shyly asked for her pen back. B, the film was accidentally insulting on many levels. I can think of a few films that probably achieved that have accomplished that were accidentally insulting. In fact, many films probably tick that box. C, they hungrily prepared their food. And finally, D, the production team was nervously told, the production team had nervously told the director he was an idiot. Okay, so answers, just to confirm, and well done, guys. And we'll move on to the next bit. So A obviously is shyly. B, we've got, hello, Evelina. Yes, A is shyly, B is accidentally. Well done. Good. Well done. I'm very pleased to see that you got those ones right. C, we've got hungrily. Yes. Hungrily. Hungrily. And D, we've got nervously. Good. Okay, so we're doing well. Now, how can we end up using this in certain ways? Now, here I'm going to I'm going to talk specifically about sarcasm. Okay. Now, this is important because we use adverbs quite a lot when in sarcasm. So, in case you're not too sure, sarcasm is you say one thing, but you're being silly, and you actually mean the opposite. So, for instance, if I were to say something like, if I were to go with this, okay, in the full context of a sentence, I could say something like this: Trump's face looks remarkably white. No hint of orange at all. Now, hint is a good one, meaning slight or small amount. Okay. Okay. Um, and we were looking at a photo of or a picture of Donald Trump, and his face was looking orange. And I were to say Trump's face looks remarkably white, no hint of orange at all. It clearly means I'm being silly, and I'm in fact being sarcastic. So this is how we can use it. We can use this a lot for humor, and we can use it a lot to be sarcastic. So let's have a little go. And for this, we're just going to go into a conversation. And I want to see what you guys come out with. So we'll go from different topic to topic, maybe people to people, and we can play around with language. I'm going to ask you, have a go. Just have a go. Okay. It's one of those where you have to take a risk in some sort of way. So I'm going to start off with I'm going to start off by talking about people maybe that we all know, or at least most of us should know. Okay. Um, so, for instance, let's go with this person. So, for instance, we could be having a conversation about Madonna. Now, I don't know if you guys like Madonna. What I'm talking about the singer here. Can I think of a song by Madonna? Da 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 da. Na 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 na. As you can see, I don't know any words. I have no idea. But I saw a while ago Madonna was on a television program and she performed. I think it was the Euros. I think it was the last Eurovision, if I'm not mistaken. And she came out with an eye patch. She was dressed in a strange way. So I might say, for instance, sarcastically, that Madonna has aged tremendously well. You wouldn't think she's stuck in the 90s. Of course, what I do mean is she's stuck in the 90s and she did not dress well. So um, that's the actual meaning of that sentence. Evelina says hung up. Oh, well done. Yes, maybe hung up. Yeah, I mean, if you're stuck in the 90s, you could be hung up on some. Usually, you're hung up on someone. You can be hung up on something as well, such as your identity, and that could be a good way of saying maybe Madonna is hung up on her past fame. and success, meaning she doesn't want to let go. So well done, Evelina, with that contribution. Nicely done. Okay. So that is one example that we could look at over here. Feel free to come in with some other, so you can come in with any sort of topic here to talk about anything or anyone. Actually, I can always go with another example over here as well. Another one would be CR, Cristiano Ronaldo isn't. Okay, so another example I could go with here is CR, Cristiano Ronaldo, for example. Let me rewrite that again, actually. Let me rewrite that one again. I'm going to give you a choice with this one, actually. CR7, that's his actual name, isn't it? So CR7 isn't remotely competitive. It's not like he gets angry when he loses. If I were to ask you the meaning, does it mean one, he isn't competitive and doesn't get angry? Or does it mean two? He is very competitive and gets angry. So you can tell me which one does this mean. If I say CR7 isn't remotely competitive, it's not like he gets angry when he loses. Do I meaning, does this mean meaning one, or does this mean meaning two? Does this mean he isn't competitive and doesn't get angry, or does this mean he is very competitive and gets angry? So which one do you think I mean when I say this? CR7, Cristiano Ronaldo, isn't remotely. I mean, remotely is really good. It remotely means not even in the slightest bit. Leondina says two, and yes, two is the correct answer. Well done. Okay, I'm going to give you guys this task here. This time, I'm going to tell you the meaning, and you guys need to write the actual sentence. Yes, Roberto, it is meant to be two. So I'm going to write the meaning, and this time you guys need to try and complete the sentence. Okay, so the meaning over here is you need to write the sentence in a sarcastic way. Okay, I'm going to leave it to you guys a little bit, but I'm going to give you a little help along the way. You could go with, okay, you are going to have to use words that you're going to use. You probably have to use words like healthy, obviously, but choose your adverb. Think about your adverb. Let's see what you guys come out with. You're going to have to go with healthy. You can write two parts to it as well. If you're thinking about an adverb, you could go with something like, e.g., I'm just going to give you some examples. I'm going to give you two suggestions here. If you're thinking about which adverb to use, you could go for an adverb like incredibly. Or if you're feeling confident, you could go with an adverb like notoriously. Notoriously is well known. So let's see what you guys come out with. I've got my own sarcastic sentence that we could use. It is the building blocks of what can become, of how you can start to be funny in English and play around with language. But we'll see. So McDonald's is very unhealthy. That's the meaning. That's the meaning. But you're going to have to go with words like healthy, and you need to go with incredibly or notoriously. Remember, you're trying to be sarcastic. So you need to say the opposite of what you actually mean. You can write two sentences in order to help the meaning a little bit. It can be a little bit difficult. I think there's an element of culture as well. I mean, in UK English, there's a lot of sarcasm. And in the United States, I think it not so much, though it does depend on maybe what part of the United States you're from. I imagine if you are in a place like Boston or New York, you might have more of a sarcastic sense of humor. But if you're in many other parts of the United States, that might not be the case. Actually, I don't know about Californians. I don't think Californians are known really for being sarcastic. If you're going to be sarcastic in the US, like I said, I think you're more likely to find that in places like Boston and New York. But California as a state, no. No, I can't think of any comedy from California that I could say is sarcastic. Not that I'm aware of. Anyway, so McDonald's is very unhealthy. If you need me to help you out, I'm going to write a little sentence here. Maybe that will help. Okay, so let's see. Some of you have come in with sentences. So Leondine says, McDonald's is notoriously healthy, considered the increasing of obesity. Nicely done, actually. Nicely done. That's nearly worked out really well. So in terms of the aim of the task, perfect, Leondina. What I'm going to say here is you don't need a comma after healthy, and go with considering, considering the increased levels of obesity. Then that would be a perfect sentence. You got the humor across. I mean, if you heard, I laughed a bit because it was funny. So I really liked what you did there. So McDonald's is notoriously healthy, considering here you're going to need to use the gerund form, considering the increased levels of obesity. But really good sentence. Well done, Leondina. Roberto says McDonald's is notoriously healthy. You can eat there every day and stay fit as well. Really good sentence, Roberto. What I'm going to say is, instead of staying, stay, and stay fit as well. I like what you did. You broke it up into two different sentences, and you were clearly sarcastic. So well done. Excellent. Good sentences, guys. And that's your little introduction in terms of how you can start to say more by saying less. Well, should I say, that's how you can say less and say more at the same time, and how you can be sarcastic. This is the starting sort of blocks of how you can be sarcastic in English, how you can play around with language. And this is why the combination of, well, using adverbs with verbs or adverbs with adjectives, you can be really clever. You can say a lot. So it's really good to know how to use adverbs when you're trying to describe things. So thank you very much for joining, everybody. Make sure you like the video. A big thank you to Leondina, Roberto, and Arena F, and Evelina for your contribution and participation in today's lesson. Thank you so much. Take care. I'll be back tomorrow at the same time with another live English lesson. And just to remind you, the lesson tomorrow is going to be defining relative clauses. So make sure you join me for that. You're welcome, Roberto. Take care and have a good afternoon. So, bye, everyone. Have a great day, and I'll see you tomorrow at the same time. You too, Leondina, and you as well, Evelina. Thank you very much, everybody, and bye for now.